Hello and welcome! This character profile video is for the class Lotus, and what you'll see is all of her skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, her skill combos, her enhancements, player card, and gameplay video. So, without further ado, I bring you the class Lotus. Here we go. And welcome to the skills page. So if this is your first time watching my character profile video, allow me to introduce the interface to you. On the far left are all of our skills, then there's charges, which is how many times you can use the skill, and then hits is how many times that skill will hit a creature or opponent, and then the next column, damage-PVE, is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against a creature that you're fighting. And the next column, damage-PVP, is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against another player's character. And then of course the specials, which is details that go with the skills. And at the bottom is the passive. And just looking at all of this, I want to say first and foremost, wow, this character has a lot to offer. She's fast, she can hit multiple times, and not only that, but she has the potential to hit hard and no slowdown. So you will see as we progress further into the video, but Perlibus definitely packed a lot of stuff into Lotus and made her very deadly. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvE slide. So what I've done is I've taken all the skills and I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVE, and we're only allowed to bring 8 into the game world, so that's what's highlighted, organized by the highest all the way down to the lowest. So it looks like Blooming Divide is your single hit highest damaging PvE skill. However, pay attention to where the hits column is and just take a look at Wind Slicer, Flash Step, Blood Moon, and Chaos. If you connect with all of those hits times the damage that it shows, you're going to be doing more damage than 1,752.6%. So consider that when you're looking at this character. And the other thing is the specials, the max 2 attack or max 6 attack. I'm not real sure what that means. So when you're getting to know this character, be aware of that, and you will see it over time. You'll be like, oh, that's what that means. Even though it gives me 1 charge to use it and 1 hit, I have 2 attacks, so maybe it's doing, instead of, and I'm looking at retaliation, instead of 851%, it might be 851% twice. So you be the judge of that, and we're still figuring out what that means. The other one is Super Armor. The reason it's red is because it's not applied in Arena. So we'll go into more details for the PvP section as well as the passive. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we'll go on to the top 8 PvP skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP slide. So what I've done is I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVP. Blooming Divide is still at the top as single point highest damaging skill. However, in the world of PvP, it is how you can get your super armor out first. And Flash Step is the skill I'm suggesting because it not only has a lot to offer in stealth, but offers a knock-up. And once you get that knock-up, you can follow it up with Blood Moon. And I've colored Blood Moon red because it has 7 hits. That's the most hits out of the whole column of that you can do. And it will hit harder than Blooming Divide. And it also gives you super armor too, so you have a win-win there. If you didn't get them with if you didn't get them with knock-up on the first Flash Step, you're gonna get them with knockback with Blood Moon. And then even if you follow up with the Blooming Divide, you got the daze and the knockdown on last hit, so I'm telling you, you just have a wide array of things to choose from here. But if you're like, but I don't know what to do, select all of the ones that are in green, try them all out, and do this rotation of Flash Step, then Blood Moon, then whatever you want, and then Flash Step and Blood Moon, and keep going. Now, let's look at the passive. It means increase all skills damage by 10% for 3 seconds when attacked. You're immune to stun when you're running, and apply the passive for 15 seconds upon using the skill 3 times. What I'm taking from that is any skill 3 times activates your passive. You'll have to be the judge of that and find out, yes, that's what happens. But look at what you get. PvP damage dealt plus 10%, damage received minus 10%, against monsters is plus 15%, and if you, I know that Crescendo, the skill is not highlighted, but if you use it, while your passive is active, you can hold the button down for an additional attack aside from what it already does. I mean, it has hold the skill for continuous attacks, so lots of multi-hit going on here. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we'll go on to the skill combos for Lotus. Here we go. And welcome to the skill combos page. So if you are not familiar with this, when you're playing the game and you tap on the menu system, go to skills, and then on the left and all the way towards the bottom, you'll see an icon that looks like a magnifying glass. You tap on that and it'll bring this up, a list of skill combos. What this is recommendations from Pearl Abyss on how to combo everything that you have to do maximum damage to whatever you're fighting. And the way it works is just looking at this, let's see, if we take the first one, Crescendo, they're suggesting that the next skill you use is Blooming Divide. And if you look across, it says once you do Blooming Divide, then do Crescent Moon. And looking around, back on the left side, all the way to the bottom, if you do Crescent Moon, go back to Blooming Divide, and so on and so forth. You can see how you can just chain it all together, and they're saying take a look at all this, find out what you like and what works, what might work a bit faster than others, or be in your favor immobilizing your opponent. I mean, it is endless, but if you're wondering, well, I'm just pressing buttons randomly and I don't know what to do, this is why this is here, so you can say, okay, Crescendo, okay, now Blooming Divide, where's that at? Alright, tap, and you can get the hang of how to chain them all together. It'll be slow, but once you get it, then you'll be doing a lot of damage, and it'll be quite impressive, in my opinion. So take a look at this, and when you are ready, we're going to move on to the enhancements for the Lotus. Here we go. And welcome to the enhancement slide. So if you're new to this slide, let me introduce the interface. On the far left are all of her skills. On the far right are all of the branch damage that's connected to these skills. And then the 4 columns in the center, the first, second, and fourth one are things that do something for you. I always make the third column something that happens to the creature or opponent you're fighting. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, but let's go over this. First of all, looking at this, look at the first column. I mentioned that Pearl Abyss packs so much into Lotus, you really should pay attention. Retaliation. I almost fell over in my chair when I had to put all this in. She's got 2 flows, and if you're like, well, what's a flow? That is another skill on top of retaliation. And when you unlock, you gotta unlock all these things. When you unlock these 2 flows for retaliation, I'm telling you, until I have a few more character profile videos to do, and then I'll cover all the characters. And so far I have not seen one character that has 2 additional flow attacks in one. Meaning when you use retaliation, you're doing 3 skills at the same time. Haven't seen that. So if I did, I might have missed it, but this makes her impressive. I mean, she's got bleed, she got extra skills with her flows, something in the evasive strike down here that increases travel distance, and just looking at it, just generally there's skill cooldowns to make her faster, and yeah, I gotta admit, it's really impressive when you look at everything that you can unlock for her, and this is just the icing on top of what she normally does. So one other thing to point out is if you look at Blooming Divide all the way over to the right, you see the word heal is colored differently. That means that it doesn't apply in Path of Glory. So she won't heal herself when you're in Path of Glory, but everywhere else she will. 120 hit points per hit. And now that we have memory imprints, that's really nice. You stack that on top of anything else that heals you while you hit. So when you put it all together, Lotus is a really strong character with lots of versatility in what you want to do to confuse and damage your opponent. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we're going to go on to the player card for the Lotus. Here we go. And welcome to the player card. So it's all the screens you saw condensed into one screen for you to view. It's like a baseball card. So if you're running short on time and you are interested in this character, you can come to the player card. If you're familiar with my character profile videos, you can come right here and just glance over and say, oh, I like this and this and this, and look at her skills and look at what she's got in terms of power, and then come back and learn all about the details later. But the way that this works is at the top is the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend. To the right of that is something new. It's called Immobilization. So anything that knocks up, knocks back, stun, daze, anything that does any of that to immobilize the creature or opponent you're fighting is listed here. And green means there is an immobilization, and the next column is how many do you have. And right now it looks like Retaliation and Blooming Divide. Saw that one coming. So if you are putting together a rotation of your skills and you're wondering, well, which one will immobilize my opponent, look to Retaliation and Blooming Divide. So as you can see, she's got a lot of immobilizations, like 98%. I mean, 2 skills that don't. The Standard Blade Mastery and Invigorate is a heal, so yeah, everything is immobilizing. And this further supports the reason why I said she has a lot to offer and is very deadly in the right hands of someone who likes to change up how they attack someone. I'm going to attack you this way in attack formation A, and I'm going to change it up to attack formation B, and then I even have a C that I can do, and then I'll go B and A and C and just keep you guessing. This character is complex and very deadly. So below all that is her skills, and then you have the enhancements. And just in case you weren't aware of what forward guard and super armor means, the definitions are at the bottom. Forward guard means incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. And super armor, this means that incoming damage will be reduced, and the effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. This is why everyone who PvPs has super armor in their rotation of skills, so that they know that the chance that they'll get immobilized will be very minimal. So take a look at this, and when you're ready, the music is gonna change. We're gonna move on to the gameplay video where we showcase what the Lotus can do. So when you're ready, let's move on. Here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. But before we begin, let's show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're at Kron Castle entrance, and we're here, well, because we're always here. Their CP is 2519 and ours is 4298. She'll be fine. So the way that this works is we have an auto path. We're gonna have her fight for about 2, maybe 3 minutes, at which time we will go back to town. I will give my outro and say thank you. Thank you very much. So without further ado, I give you the class Lotus. Here we go. And we're just about ready to head back to town. Here we go. So allow me to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, let people know I'm always making more videos, and I will continue doing it because I enjoy making this game easy and fun for you. So let's go ahead and do a trick of the camera. We'll swing the camera around. There we go. Showcase Lotus. And once again, thank you so much. I really appreciate the fact that you enjoy these videos. So you have yourself a wonderful night. Take care. Bye now.